Hi everybody, it's Wednesday.
Clearly I have my friend Kathy here with me again.
Hi.
And also, yeah, this is Sarah's room. She's just not here. Kathy's here for vacation. We just went to Disney and took Sarah and I took no footage. We're here because Saturday is St. Patrick's Day. Clearly, we're dressed to the nines for this event. So, if you haven't already watched Kathy's channel, which you should, the link will be in the cards and in the description, Kathy does a lot of videos about books. We thought today we would do a St. Patrick's Day themed book tag, and that's actually not as hard as you would think to find one of those. I think this is probably just like a Google forum, but the person that created this tag is called Reads and Rails. It is the St. Patrick's Day book tag. The first question is St. Patrick's Day, your favorite green book?
I just want to be super sassy about this and be An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green? Except for I haven't read it yet. I've only read the first 6 chapters because it's not out till September.
I mean, I was gonna say Wicked because I was thinking physically green, not green written by an author, but that was real sneaky.
The next book is Corned Beef and Cabbage, a book that made you hungry.
I guess Simon, because he eats Oreos, and Public Sheet Cake. The second that he mentioned specifically Public Sheet Cake because it takes place in Atlanta, I was like, yes, my boy, my tiny baby gay knows the magic of Publix bakery items.
I want to say the entire Songs of Ice and Fire books because George R. R. Martin's books would be so much shorter if you just stopped telling us what everyone's eating every second of every day.
The next one is 4-Leaf Clover, a book that was a rare or good luck find. There's a book exchange near me that the first time I went into it, I didn't actually buy it, but I picked up a Sense and Sensibility Marvel comic.
Ooh.
And I should have bought it because it's Jane Austen.
Something, I guess, that I didn't find because my friend found it for me. We have this big book sale, I think it's every year, that I basically call Book Christmas because you go in, they've taken an entire curling rink and just set up all these tables on it and have thousands of books, and you go in and books are $1 or $2 depending on what they are. A friend of mine went back every day type of thing and found a hard copy, a hardback copy of The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh,
and that was the one John Green book I didn't have at the time, and she just put a little heart note sticky on it, was from the TC book sale, and gave it to me. I was like, this is so cute, and cute. Solidified our friendship a lot. The next one is Irish Whiskey, a book so bad you need a drink to get over it. Can I tell you about the audiobook I just listened to? It's called An Unkindness of Ghosts by River Solomon, and it's basically slavery but in space. Not only are systemic problems still there, but we've regressed. So it was really racist, it was really homophobic, it was really sexist, and I was just but can't the space people be nice to each other? There were parts of it that, yes, I know you're trying to talk about current problems in this book, but can't the future be better than this? Because I really hope so.
So I bought this book when I was in England. It was at the British Library. I can't even remember what the title is, but it's a dating guide in the from the viewpoint of Jane Austen characters. And this one was just the worst interpretation / analysis of Jane Austen characters possibly ever. Every single thing was just wrong. I hated every single page of that book. The next one is Irish Dancing, a book so good it made you want to dance in excitement.
Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, specifically read by Lin-Manuel Miranda because I love that man.
I mean, I was squealing at the end of Simon. I was squealing partially because I was just this is so freaking cute. But I was also this is the end of the book. It just ends with a really nice kind of thought. Had an Ariel moment of I got 20 thingamabobs here, but I want more.
The next question is Ireland, a book that wanted to make you travel to another country, and literally for me it's any book that's not set in North America makes me want to travel. And then sometimes books that are set in places in the States that I haven't been to, I'm yeah, there please. I
mean, an obvious choice is Harry Potter. For the sake of having something else, there's Extras by Scott Westerfeld, which is currently it's the last one in the Ugly series, but he's writing 4 more books in this series. But Extras takes place in, I think, Tokyo. There's this colony of people right outside of the main city that it takes place in they're adapting their bodies to live on the moon.
One of the actual legitimate reasons why my best friend decided she wanted to move to Ireland was she read this book series that I think the bind-up is called The Golden Book of Fairy by O.R. Melling.
Okay.
And it is about these cousins. One of them, I believe, is Irish and the other one is Canadian. So, as Canadians go to Ireland, yes. And they go to Ireland and they, like, get trapped in a fairy world and go on these, like, magical adventures. I was really happy to be reading it while I was there. I also have this really big habit of, like, reading books about traveling to places that I'm already in.
This isn't on the tag, but what about books with fictional settings that you want to go to? Everybody's gonna say Hogwarts.
Well, yes, besides Hogwarts, most of my answers for this will be basically generally space. Just because there's so many really good space books, like The Long Way to a Small and Great Planet. Like, I just love to hang out with the characters in that book, or in that series even, because, like, it goes to a bunch of different places.
The books that I remember reading as a teenager that really stood out to me as far as the locations go are all like dystopian books, so like you don't really want to go to these places. So like just the future, I guess.
Wakanda.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Would we be allowed in? I don't know, not for me to say, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to go if I was like invited.
Yeah, if I was given an invite to go to Wakanda, for sure would take it up.
I would definitely be like, well, I don't feel like I'm smart enough to live here, but it's fine. We're fine. The last question is the pub, a meeting place in a book you would love to go to. I thought that this question wasn't on this list. It is and it isn't. This is a meeting place, not like a fictional setting.
Which again, people will just be like, the common room at Hogwarts, or Hogsmeade. I mean, like the common room on the Wayfarer in the Wayfarer series, which is The Long Way to the Small and Great Planet.
I mean, like the Mystery Shack, but that's not a book. Because the Mystery Shack is from Gravity Falls. There are Gravity Falls books.
There you go.
So,
now it's a location from a book.
The Mystery Shack.
There you go. Yay, we did it!
Yay! Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. In the comments, let us know what your answers were. Even the one that, like, I thought wasn't on the list, but definitely was. If you're not already subscribed to The Princess and the Scrivener, please do so down below, especially if you'd like to see more videos on Disney, intersectional feminism, pop culture critiques, and more! And if you're not already subscribed to Kathy's channel, definitely go do that as well. One of us will see you next week. If you're taller than 5 foot, you need to not move during the fireworks shows.
Do you want to go to the sewers?
God, no.